Hey guys, so I wanted to kind of give you a step-by-step kind of in the moment of how I decide and organize to make myself a card. First things first is I go through my Cricut or my sticker stash and figure out what my focus is going to be. In this case, I'm going to do a rainy day card, which I have already cut out all the pieces. So what my focus is, I'm going to look for background paper and accent paper to go on my card. Okay. I think I'm going to use this one because it kind of goes with my theme. It's kind of outdoorsy as well as the same colors. This is probably going to be my main paper that I'll probably put this around the border, which leads me to the first thing which is actually the first thing I do, is I take my pre-fold card and I lay it down and I kind of just take paper and I'm like, oh, well that will be cool. So I think this is going to be around the border of my card as well as the inside. So I'm going to try to find maybe some browns and blues. And this is all the paper that I've used over the last couple years. Paper that I've used for my scrapbooking or other cards or tags. It's just pretty much everything that I've used. I just throw in here if it's enough paper. I like that one. I think I'm going to use this blue as well. I think this piece might also be a really good inside because it's kind of, it's warm to me and it's plaid and it's dark blue, which pulls out some of the blues in my base paper. Another thing I also do that I kind of sometimes end up using, but not always, I find strips of paper and I sometimes go, oh wait, that might be cool as a stripe on through my card or something. In this case, this one is a polka dotted sparkly blue, green, and brown, which actually came out of the same cardstock stack as this. So I know these colors match perfectly, which I think I'm going to actually go ahead and use that one too. I think I need a green to kind of set off some of my blue, my whole bunch of blues. So let's see. There's a green. There's another green. Let's see. Ooh, I think I really like this one. This kind of reminds me of rain and what raindrops would kind of do on paper. And it's the perfect green. So actually, I think I'm going to use that and put these back. Okay. So next thing I do is kind of clear a space. And kind of just lay out my paper and go, oh, I think I will use that. I don't think I'll use that. So I know I'm going to use this one as my background. So there's that. So it looks like I'll have about that much left over to use on the inside. So how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to use these two on the front. I'm actually not going to do anything right this second with these two. I'm not going to plan the inside right now, which is sometimes what I do. I just kind of wait to visualize it. The next thing I do is I cut my papers to the appropriate size I want them. The first one I cut to the length and the width of my card, which I have already drawn on my board just because I use the same card layout all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Okay. And and I'll just leave this and set it to aside. Okay, I'm going to kind of trim this down. Let's trim it down a little more. Just so I can see what I am working with. And I think I'm going to do a 2-part video for this one, just because I like my videos to be under 15 minutes, and it's kind of like, it'll be a little longer than that. So I'm going to make this 2-part. First part of how I find the things for my card, and the second part, it will actually be the card. Because it's a little bit more complicated card than some of my other ones, which are, easy 2-step, well, maybe a little bit bigger than 2-step, but they're generally really easy. Okay, so the next thing I do is I take my focal point background and then kind of just see how I want it, really. See what works, what doesn't, and then I'll generally bend it or give it a little tear at the top, which just allows it to be easier to be seen when I go ahead and cut it. So there's that. Okay. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to actually go ahead and dump out my card inside and see if I like how that looks. Sometimes I actually find out that I don't like it at all, and I'll end up using different things, which is why I always lay it out, because you never know how it's going to look until you actually start putting things together. So there's that. Here's my petal. Dun, 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 dun. Okie doke. I think I really like that. This way I can also visualize it and see it and go, oh, for the clouds I want to do this kind of texture. This I really want to make pop up. And you kind of can visualize it and go, oh, that's pretty cool. Or go, oh, I want this to be more of a 3D and have another picture frame-esque type thing around it. Which in my case I don't, because I really like the background and I really want the background to be visible. I don't know why I can't speak. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and put this all right back in. And I set this to the side, And I actually put a magnet on it just to keep it still. And I forgot the 2 little boots. Don't want to forget those. Those were kind of hard. Okay, so like I said, I really like to visualize it. From there, I kind of build ideas and build things that I want to do. And so I kind of make a visual list in my head of what the things that I will be needing are. Which first thing that I think I'm going to need is some blue paint or some silver paint to kind of stamp up the clouds. And then I also think I'm going to need some blue and maybe some brown for that mud puddle down here. I think that I maybe want to have some sparkle glitter, or even my glossy accents as to kind of go around the puddle, and some of the umbrella to kind of pop it out. And this paper right here is textured and glittery, and it's pretty raised. I don't know if you can tell that it's very glittery, but it is, which will kind of also pull it throughout the whole page. So that's what that is. For the inside card, let's see. I think for the inside card, I'm going to have this be the background. And this is going to go across. And maybe... Maybe I'll just have this on the tops of this, which will kind of frame it, since I don't have a whole bunch of that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these. There's that, which is going to go on the inside. This I'm going to keep at its actual size because I really like that size. Oops. For a second I thought I really overcut it. Guess not. Okay, so I really like that size, and I'm going to go ahead and see how I like this. I know this isn't straight. It'll just kind of give me a glimpse of kind of what I want the width of it to be. And I think this is about the width I want it to be, which is probably going to be 1/2 inch. Let's see. This is 2 1/4 inch, so probably going to do it in half. So let's do that one, which will go right up at the top right there. Let's do another one. Let's try that one again. Okay. I think I'm going to trim this with some scissors. And then I'm going to go ahead and get all my supplies together that I think that I'll need. I really like having all my supplies together, so I'm not running around the room and looking for my supplies. So anyway, stay tuned for the part 2 where I'm actually making the card.